Hi. Silence, please. We're going to start with the player. Yeray, the player. Hi, good evening. So you're finding explanations for the 3-0 defeat. How was it? How was it possible? And how can you now believe that it's possible? A comeback tomorrow. I think since the game ended, after the support we received from the supporters, our fans have been great. I think that's what started this real belief in possible comeback. I think the team trusts in its own ability, and we've been speaking together during the week, knowing that in football anything can happen. And at the end of the day, in whatever circumstance or moment of the game, football can change things. What am I going to? Who'd have thought that Manchester United would have been 3-0 up at half time in the first leg when we'd been on top? Football can change in seconds, circumstances of the game. And you never know when one of those moments is going to arrive. So we're going to be ready to take advantage. If one of those moments comes, we've got to take advantage. Hi. What are the keys to starting this comeback? In football terms, I think things don't change in football terms. I think in the first leg, their manager as well has said in a press conference, they commented that the first 30 minutes that happened in San Mamés, that was the sort of football that we want to display. It's what we've been taught to play over the years, and that's what we want to reproduce as well tomorrow. I think that's the key. Push them high, press them high up the field. We don't want to leave things open at the back, but we want to keep them uncomfortable on the ball. We've got to press them. We've got to make as many chances as possible, and then if we can convert some of those, who knows? It was a shame to hear the fans and us that the leading goal scorers aren't going to be featuring tomorrow. Yeah, of course. To do without 5 of our best players, they're not going to be here for sure, but we have to get on with things. You imagine if you're one of the players who doesn't normally play and you get the chance to play in a semi-final at Old Trafford against Manchester United, the desire and the hope and the strength that you're going to get. And I think that desire and that hope and that excitement will carry them through. And I think they can show the manager just what they can do on the big stage of a semi-final. So you've been playing in every game the last few weeks and months, apart from when you were banned. How have you seen the season from a personal point of view? And how do you see it personally, the game tomorrow night in the Theatre of Dreams? I think in the first leg, we suffered more than we had been doing recently in recent games. I think from my own point of view, and as from the point of view of the team, I think from 30 minutes into the game, it wasn't what we were hoping for, none of us. I think they're a tough opponent, hard opponent. Their forwards have got great ability, and I think if you give them a slight advantage, they'll make use of it. Obviously, 3 goals up, it's going to be tough for us, but the most important thing for us it's keeping concentration, it's using your head, keeping smart. And I think that during the game tomorrow, if we can keep our concentration and our focus, things will go better. It's what I've been working on in training during the week, and I think that's going to be super important, that concentration level. If you could pass the microphone, please. Tell us a little bit about the management within the dressing room. Who's driving that belief forward? Is it something that you've had to kind of egg each other on, encourage each other, to really build up this unanimous belief that you can turn things around tomorrow and the miracle can come? This came from half-time in the Basque derby, I think. The match against United. We knew how important it was to not concede anymore on that night. Losing at home in San Mamés was terrible, but we knew it couldn't get any worse. So we had to keep the score there. Now we've got 90 minutes left. So since that game finished, we've all had that certainty and confidence that the least we can do is put everything into the game. It's still in our own hands to turn this thing around. We know it's really, really difficult. All week we've been talking, not just the fans, but we've looked at kind of loads of scenarios that can happen. But when the game starts tomorrow and the referee blows his whistle, everything starts from zero once again. We're the people who can be in charge of our own destiny. We're going to try and push and press them high. We're going to hurt them, create problems for them at the back, create chances. And if football's smiling down on us, we might be able to turn it around, turn that result around. If it doesn't turn out, we're going to give everything we've got. We're going to give 100% of what we've got, with or without injuries. It doesn't matter. We're just going to be prepared to give it all. Football is in hearts and minds, isn't it? But in that first leg, what do you need more of tomorrow? More heart? I think heart, head, you're right. I don't really want to talk about that from the first leg, but every game, you need heart, head, faith, belief in your own ability, that the result's going to come. You need to keep your head when the scoreline's in your favour. You need to get over those moments of doubt when you're under pressure and things aren't going well. It's got a mix of all those emotions and all those attributes. We're all professional players. You need your head and your heart in the world of football. But if I had to pick one, I'd say it'd be heart. You need that more than anything. A big heart. Thank you. Yeray. So from Kope, the risk of going all out early on and leaving gaps at the back, not wanting to score the second goal before you've even scored the first. It's got to go step by step, surely. We've been working on this all weekend. We know that starting out too quickly with that anxiety to score, that would be wrong. And scoring 3 in the first few minutes of the game, that would be wrong. If we go out with that attitude, it's going to get even tougher for us, I'm sure. I'm sure of that. So I think if you think like that, it will be difficult to turn it around. It's got to go minute by minute, step by step. Analyse what's happening, how the game's developing. Those sort of first 45 minutes are going to be very long. Anything could happen, and we need to be prepared and ready at that point. Whatever eventuality, we've got to be ready. If there's a sending off, if there's a goal, which can maybe have an influence on the final result, we're prepared for any eventuality. And if something goes in our favour, like a sending off or scoring early, we'll be... I mean, look at Barca last night. They were 2-0 down and they managed to come back and tie the game after... We've got to prepare for every sort of situation, because games aren't decided in a single minute. You have to take it the whole 90. What is the script, the ideal script that you're dreaming about tomorrow? We keep dreaming. We've been dreaming since the start of the season. It's been like a dream the whole season for us. Situation we are in the league, situation that we're in Europe, European competition. I don't think we want to wake up. We want to carry on dreaming. That dream must carry on. Tonight, still dreaming about that final in San Mamés. And also, of course, before that, this semi-final at Old Trafford. It's the dream of every one of my teammates. I'm sure that the guys back in Bilbao are still sharing that dream as well. And the ones who are here are going to be dreaming about this semi-final. And we don't want it to end this dream. We don't want to wake up. In that last phrase, you said you don't want to wake up from this dream. You're in the theatre of dreams. Old Trafford, apart from the game and the possible comeback, apart from all that, surely it's an ideal opportunity for any player playing in these surroundings. Yeah, any player would have this shared dream from a kid, wanting to take part in this type of game. I'm been at the club for 9 or 10 years, and I know how hard it is to get into these knockout stages, and how tough a semi-final of the Europa League is. We've gone so many years without getting this far or even getting in the competition. You have that dream from a very young age. I've had to wait. You start playing at the age of 20. I've had to wait till the age of 30 to play in a semi-final on a pitch like this. It's hard to put it into words, but the feeling, it's a lovely feeling for the player, for you as a person as well, not just as a player. What I want to do tomorrow is really enjoy myself out there, do the best that I can, do the best I know how to do, and put the team as high as possible, and that we all enjoy it together as teammates. The style of play that we have, Athletic Club, I want the people to enjoy that who are watching as well. So the pressure that you put on the high press that you do, there's a lot of bad luck involved in the first leg, wasn't there? Can you now, being 3-0 down, can you almost play in a more relaxed style tomorrow? No, I don't think we change our style of play or our mental approach, our psychological approach. We know that the risks that we're going to be leaving gaps at the back if we go attacking, but we're just going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to be relaxed. Normally, our style of play pays dividends. We want to make them feel doubtful. We want them to not be relaxed on the ball. We want to make them suffer. It's a great opportunity for us to come here and play in an open style, 3 down. We've conceded 3 in the first leg, but we want to still try and play our tactic of pushing and pressing high up the field, so they're not relaxed on the ball or comfortable on the ball. And we feel good as players when we come and play in that athletic style, pushing hard, pressing them hard. Hopefully you'll see that tomorrow. We're going to try with everything we've got tomorrow. And I think the feeling that we want to take back to Bilbao is that we've not left anything out there. That we've left everything out there, sorry. So do you think it's another blow, the fact that the faces are missing from the squad? Is it another hammer blow? If you think that that's a negative, that means that you don't trust the club. There are 25 players in the squad, I've got more confidence in us than maybe you have. Of course, the missing players are key players for the squad, but as I said before, at the end of the day, imagine if you're a reserve and you get the chance to play a semi-final in this tie. If I'd be playing with an amazing hunger and a desire to do well. I'd want to eat the world. I think the desire of the teammates will make up for the missing players. The ones who've not played as many games as the others for various circumstances. We are a squad of 25. Every one of us, we've got a massive desire to play tomorrow, to start in the 11, and to get out there on the field and do our stuff.
Alberto, el micro, si lo puedes pasar para adelante. ¿Quieres más? Pues no te veo nunca, chico. Siempre eres tú, pero no te veo nunca. Vale, el siguiente eres tú, a ver, Aitor.
Hi. Manchester United have had a lot of bad results in this stadium this season. You need to play on every opportunity that you can get. But if you get a goal, do you think the fans will start to get nervous, the players will start to get nervous, and that will make your job easier?
I think the reality is, I don't know the fans here that much. I don't know how they would react. I don't know if we scored. I don't know they would handle it if United concede. I expect that their fans will be behind them. Not quite as good as we had in San Mamés, but I think any team that's wanting to play in a final in the Europa League, that brings with it great support. I don't think it matters to us that much what their fans do. If there's uncertainty, if they have doubts, I think really the results they've had this season are irrelevant. We just want to impose our ideas on our football and let our history play out as a club. That's what's important to us. We want to do all we can to play that final in Bilbao. So you told us a little bit about your feelings, what's happened during the week. You can't be more motivated. It could be Oscar de Marcos' last game in Europe. How do you think Oscar de Marcos is handling all this? I think this week, all the leaders and the captains in the squad who've been here for a longer years, Iñaki and many of the lads in the side, and people within the club, we've tried to give him a lift, give him an incentive, to everyone, not just Oscar. We've been trying to encourage each other, basically, every player is at the club. Oscar de Marcos, he's the person who's... what he symbolises at this club is massive. I can't even put into words. I can't say what I've sent him, but I've tried. Incentivised to the younger players, to those with the least experience who aren't used to these sort of occasions and these sorts of games. And ones who've only been here at Athletic a short time, to try and transmit the importance of playing a semi-final of the Europa League and the prestige of playing here at Old Trafford. All the dressing room are thinking of him. We believe in him and Athletic as well. He's the one who's probably got the most desire for that to happen. Thanks to everyone.
Bueno, chao.